Get a load of this one. A face only a mother could love, but quite practical. This one's a HJ47, 1982 to 84. There's no build plate, but we do know from factory disc brakes and right in there, a factory tacho, that this one is got to be 82, right up to the 12th month 84. And this one started its life in Western Australia and has made its way to Queensland. To Wayne owns this one now, and this, I've seen this before. It's not the first extra cab or sleeper, whatever you want to call it, that we've seen. The first one in here at Mr Landcruiser, but these are out there. Someone might have more information. I was looked everywhere for an Akana sticker. I couldn't find one, so I don't know the build. But Akana was in Western Australia, but I don't know the history. But it's a WA item, and it's probably made a bit mine spec, so you can travel a bit and carry some stuff internally. Now, they've also utilised the space under here. This is a water tank, and I don't know what they use in here for, but we've got a water tank on here for extra water, and it's built with, these would have been here in the day, the old bull bar. Look at that bull bar, it's well braced. They've got like, that's actually not a genuine bar. It might look like it from a distance, but that's a copy. It's a little bit thicker and heavier than a genuine bar. And then the side rails, I'd say that's been there a very long time. Along with this one's got a PTO winch. It's all there, it's all connected. And that's a Thomas. They were a Queensland company. You can still get parts for them. So we can overhaul those ones. No need on this one. Also externally, I don't mind the old grey Sunraisers. I haven't really seen them grey. It gives it a little bit of a Toyota speckle there. And the tray, steel floor, steel sides, drop side. Probably been there the whole time too. Something else that's been there the whole time is that style of tow hitch. Now, a lot of guys are getting into these cars. Have a look at the cutaway, have a look at the photo of this tow hitch. They're no good. They're no good unless you've got a baby box trailer going to the dump. Or just the lightest of light campers, maybe a little, a girly looking teardrop, but not for any, you don't want to put a car trailer, you don't want to put anything heavy on them. They flex in the middle and they will destroy your chassis. Ask somebody that knows, that has destroyed their chassis, me. They came out in the day, but then Hayman's come along and invented such a smarter system that braces the outside of the chassis and the center of the chassis. Unlike these ones, all the pressure's in the middle. So time and time again, I've seen destroyed chassis because of that little number. If it's towing more than a box trailer, I would be ditching that whole system back there, but I'm not here to criticize a man's ute. I'm just pointing out that if you got one, they're not the best. Under the bonnet, let's go under the bonnet. This one's simple. She hasn't been touched much at all. Look at this. This is pretty much what you'd be looking at back in the 80s. This whole cooling setup, the airbox, it's all 80s. What I like about this one, it says 255,000 on the clock, and I'd say they've never cooked it because it's still got the original decal holding onto that rocker cover there. They've still got plenty of blue paint on the engine. So I'd say this one is probably a really good strong engine that's been looked after to still be in that condition. Now Mr Landcruiser, well, why was it here? We did a 5-speed and we did power steer. So with power steer, we've pulled the radiator out and adjusted that. We cleaned it all out. We found a few other gremlins while we were there. I believe the harmonic balancer, new water bottles. Just, you know, once you pull something so old apart, you find a few other things. But when this one leaves us, it's leaving us power steer and a 5-speed, and I'll go into that why when I wrap this up. But let's go and have a look inside and about all the extra space too. Now, something about this one, having all this extra space here to put stuff in. It's not good to sleep in it unless you're 5 foot or something. But there's a lot of space. I would probably myself put a mesh or some sort of cargo barrier up here just to stop stuff hitting you in the head when you slam on the old disc brake front end. But it does allow, this is a ute, and if you have driven one of these before, if you're watching a lot of guys own these, you'll notice that how far away I'm sitting from the steering wheel. That's because we've removed the back wall. It makes, just gives you a lot more room in this. So the current owner, his name's Wayne, and Wayne wants to tour. This will give him more space and a lot more room. Now the seats have already been reupholstered. They've got the genuine style. The old Thomas Winch, look at that, it's all still there. We see wrecks and that stuff's all missing. One of the first things to go. The dash, it's got its genuine radio, the tacho. It's dusty looking, someone's used this vehicle, but it's all still there, which is really cool. Apart from that, now Wayne is setting this up for touring, so things are to come. This has got no UHF, no overhead console, no extra gauges. This is just a 1980s HJ47. Sweet one too. Okay, and also while it was with us, we do this a lot, upgraded the fuse box, some electrical gremlins, but now it's got the blade fuse in there. We're doing a lot of this stuff because Wayne wants to tour in this thing, and that's already, he's talking about designing a system in there. There's so much space with drawers he can utilise in there, so hence the 5-speed, hence the power steering. Now Wayne, as a career, he's trucked all over Australia. He's semi-retired now, but he has been everywhere. And in a truck, he's seen this country, but now he wants to get out, take his own time and do it in a really cool car where he can stop and stay at some of these remote locations a bit longer. So this is why he bought this vehicle, and this is what he's turning this vehicle into, a tourer. He's got a son out on some cattle stations that he wants to go and spend quality time out there. So there's nothing better than doing it in one of these old jiggers. Well done, Wayne. I bloody love this vehicle. I'm going to go for a drive in it this afternoon. This is a HJ47 somewhere in the mid-80s.